Yeah.
Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Got locked up, fuck with the wrong niggas. Fuck love, where that bag at? Show too much of it and ain't get it back. Can't have my feelings in the wrong shit. Got locked up, fucking with the wrong niggas. Get it back, keep another.
What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_ Kenny. Another edition of Retired from the Streets TV. Welcome. If you haven't done so far, please subscribe. I feel like I've been cheating y'all, for real. Because I ain't even left out, like I said, the 90s when I've been telling y'all a lot of these stories. And my history with the MDLC go back and forth from 97 all the way up to 2015. So it's not that I'm cheating y'all, it's just that all these other stories coming to me in the midst of, me telling y'all my experience with the MDOC and with the incarceration. So I got a lot of crazy stories ahead of me, man. I got a lot of stuff that I went through from when I got locked up in 07 to 2010. That was a wild moment. This last bid from 13 to 2015, but I need to catch up because I'm skipping steps here and there. But it's just deep because I was just talking to little bro called me, right? Well, it's a couple of people that called me from prison recently. My very first episode that I dedicated to Barbara Davis. It's my friend. She just called me the other day, let me know her brother passed, and this was like her support system. You know what I mean? This was the dude who raised her daughter while she was locked up. Her family, her sister, and everybody helped as well. But like, she told me that was a blow. And just talked to little bro, little TX called me. I haven't talked to this dude in about 3 years because he got a lot of time to do, so he really don't touch in like that. A lot of people that's doing a lot of time don't call you as often, but he was just reminding me about them long weekends when you locked up. And I just had to me and him I did time together, and I was just talking about a lot of stuff that we experienced over the weekends, and it just dawned on us both like, dog, it got turned up on the weekends a lot. A lot of dudes spilled a lot of blood. A lot of dudes lost a lot of blood on them long weekends in prison because, let me explain how it go, right? Depending on where you're at, if you're far away from your hometown or far away from a major city, it's a little difficult in there because you're not close contact. You're not getting visits as often as some dudes. So a lot of dudes get their visits on the weekend because people work throughout the week. Kids in school throughout the week, right? So just for their sake of availability and time, visits come on the weekend, right? Some transportation services help you out on the weekend by having better rates. You know what I mean? So, or if you get into an agreement with them. So it's a lot of reasons why people get the visits on the weekend. But you got to think, if you're close to a major city, the radio stations would drive you crazy. I remember being at Macomb, and you would pick up the Detroit radio stations, right? 97.9 and 96.3 and 92.3 and all those, and you would hear people shouting out from the clubs. We live at such and such club. Hey, this your girl Renee from the east side. This TT. I'm like, what's up, TT? Yo, fine. I don't know how they look, but you just miss hearing people that sound like you and that speak the lingo. What up, though? This Renee from Southfield. I used to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to find Renee. You get me? Because it's like all you know is what you're hearing. That little contact you get from the radio, hearing people talk about what's going on in the city, hearing what happened on the radio. That's another story within itself about them radio stations on the weekend. But we was talking about specifically how the level of violence on them weekends got turned up in prison. I mean, look, come on now. If you got a girl out, you know what I'm saying, or you a girl a female incarcerated, you got a dude out there, and they ain't still in y'all got a relationship, you got to understand, a lot of times you worried if you into that, or you thinking about, you concerned, you're stressing about what they doing on the weekends. Are they out shaking that, getting gunned down? They gunning something down? You got all this stuff going on in your mind when you in a relationship and you're incarcerated about what your spouse or your significant other doing on them weekends. So that right there, I remember this dude used to say, what did he say? Somebody B getting an F. getting the F out of them right now. He used to scream that every weekend. It was like clockwork. We almost could bet on it. Somebody be getting the out of them right now. You understand what I'm saying? So that was just like, come on now. You got dudes in there that can't handle that type of stress and frustration and whatnot and that pressure. You understand what I'm saying? That right there seeps in. So I didn't see him and a couple of dudes got into it about that. But he was hard body, so he was standing his ground. I forget dude name, big stocky dude with the thick. He had a dog beard though. His beard was cold blooded. Pause. But yeah. Anyway, you think about all that stress you got to deal with on the weekends. So when I would see the turn up level on the weekends, visits are slow, phone calls are slow. It ain't a lot of activities going on. It's usually the main officer from the unit then left the building, so you got either a dickhead as an officer and or you got somebody that's cool. Now if you got a dickhead, ain't no movement, you can't get down, you can't do none of your usual weekend stuff that's going on when the cool officer come in to work the weekend, because usually the main people leave, they get a cool one. He a regular dude that come in on Saturday and Sunday, so oh, we lit. Excuse me, we get late night power. We ain't worried about what we cooking in the microwave, whether we got bell peppers, onions and nothing. They might come around and check you out and see what you're working with and ask for something. For real. But you talking about fight time. You talking about dudes getting cut, stabbed, slashed. I promise you, I seen the most of that happen on the weekends. When two of my homies back in the day jumped this one dude, well, it was a bunch of stuff. And he was rah-rahing. They got him together with a lock and a pencil on the main, the right where not the control center, but right where the officers guard at. Right where when the units open up at, and it's that little center, like right in the center of the unit, they got him together, right, almost right in front of the officer. They came running out and seen him scrapping, seen a bunch of blood, but the pencil had broke, the lock had failed. My man, one of my homies, he kicked the lock across the floor and slid it and had somebody grab it up. So dude ended up telling, they had hit me with a lock. They did this, that, and other. They could never find the lock. The pencils all broke up, so it was just like his word against theirs. But they did get him with the assault charge, though. I got one of them 2 years later, but we'll talk about that in another episode. An assault charge I caught crazy on the weekend. Them weekends will get you. Usually that boy, cause listen, man, I'm telling you, it is a climate of I'm calling home, my chick not answering. I'm calling home, check on my kids. I'm worried about what's going on in the city because a lot of stuff go down. People shooting up stuff, people drunk, they blow, they not paying attention, they speeding down blocks. You understand? So you got a lot of stress on your mind when you in that boy on the weekend. Some of the good things about it, though, on the weekends is that you get your religious service, right? That's usually when religious services open up. So you get to go to get in tune with your God, get your spiritual food for the weekend or for the upcoming week, or the kind of detox from the previous week. You get all that energy, which is a good thing, especially if you got somebody who founded in what they know and they a good brother, and you see them consistently moving good on your heart. That's one thing I definitely appreciated about the weekends and that bad boy. I appreciated my visits too, because I used to get the visits. I got the visits. You understand what I'm saying? So I used to appreciate getting up out the unit, kind of getting that good energy from the family for the upcoming week, and to see my daughter like on that last bid when I finally had a kid. So that was a beautiful thing about the weekend as well. So also it was a time to kind of fall back and meditate and relax, because the hustle and bustle of the week in prison is kind of more crazy than the street, especially if you don't got no money coming from the streets, because you grind and you running around all week. You running around trying to make it happen, trying to make sure you got some noodles and some zooms in your locker. You feel me? But I'm telling you, them little few days from Friday night to Monday morning, when things open back up and operate back to normal, you be in that bad boy super stressed. So I'm telling you, like, I didn't sing so much. I'm gonna tell you another thing about the weekends and that bad boy. The weekends usually, when it's so busy, how can I say this? It's so busy in the visiting rooms that they can't watch every single thing. So you might be able to get you some up close and personal. Even if it ain't nothing but a little, some touchy feely, you get to get a little bit more relaxed and comfortable. And I'm pretty sure I done seen some. I don't know about the bag. I ain't gonna speak on the bag situation on the weekend, because the bag come in any and every day. So I can't say whether that was higher on the weekend or not, and I won't speak on that, right? But I will say that a lot of that violence jumped and peaked on the weekends. I done seen a dude get beat with soaps, like soaps in a damn sock, pulled real tight. That's what even gave me the idea to ever even use soaps as a protective measure, or I had to get somebody together. You feel me? That dude, I seen him doing it, but I remember the county jail is when you take crush up soap, you put it in a sock, and you kind of use to kind of give a fragrance to the air. You had the cigarette smoke if you're blowing, or the mask to smell the spud juice when you just burping that bag and that odor in the air, right? I never seen, so I'm thinking maybe he about to crush all them up in there, right? Because we used to crush them up with the deodorant, boy. Crush them boys up, slide them in there. But I seen him get them together. I wasn't paying attention to it. He go down to the gambling table. Bink, 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 bink. You hear me? Get the whooping the white boy upside the head. Now, it wasn't an issue about whether the white boy or not, but this was one of them tough white boys that wasn't really playing right. You hear me? He playing both sides against the middle. He didn't really like brothers. Not for real. But he act like he did. Now, you had the ones in there who was solid and you knew they rocked with you. This one here was an opportunist. And he ended up owing the brother a few dollars. And Stowe had ran around a couple of times. And I remember arguing about it in the bathroom one time. The CO came in and said, "Is it a problem?" They stopped talking about it and whatnot, because I was the porter, like I was explaining at the time. I was the porter cleaning the bathrooms up and whatnot. So I'm hearing him arguing and whatnot. And they explaining, "Dog, you said you was going to give me this back. Remember that? You gave me them noodles, but you still owe me that." They going back and forth. "Man, I got to fucking get you the money, man. Goddamn." All this. He had an attitude. Cocky, little, arrogant motherfucker. Thought he knew everybody. All the white boys thought they knew MMA. Every white boy I knew thought they knew MMA. Man, he was talking slick, and he took a stance that one time, right? I thought it was going to go down. I ain't going to lie. I was a little geek. I wanted to see some action, you know. But he ain't go down. He caught him at that table. Bang, 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 bang. You hear me? All you heard was thump, 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 thump. Man, look, his thing, he get the leaking on one side. But, you know, after about 8 or 9 of them, he started kind of recovering, and they got the going. But he was giving it to him, though, with that bad boy. He dropped it, and boom, boom, they got the squaring off. But yeah, weekend times. The weekends be turned up. The female officers that work the units in the weekend be very friendly. Let's just say that much. They be very friendly, and I think some of them be the ones who be preying on, yeah, you hear me? They be trying to get their little self together too. Might not be right at home. Might not getting that beef slang to them right. So them be the ones that be friendly on the weekend, and they pick and choose. I'm not lying. I promise you that much, right? Long, stressful weekends though in prison. It ain't like it's the county jail like that, for God's sake. So you know, when you get to prison, you could find stuff to do. You can keep yourself occupied. But if you are a conscious-minded person, you're going to be thinking about your people. You're going to be thinking about what's going on out there in the world. All the partying going on, all the casinos are jumping, everybody hitting the strip, especially in the summertime. And even if it ain't the summertime, I got people that travel. They go to Colorado. They go to the mountains. They go skiing. They go get in the cabins. You be missing all that. You ain't getting no good smoked venison. Feel me? That ice. They go ice fishing and smoke that fish. Oh my God, you miss all that when you really live life out here. When you really about living life and you go in there and you really been having an active life, you go in there, or you got people that's in there. No, them weekends are long for them. They might have a different mood, you know, when you call them or they call. You get to talk to them or visit them on the weekend. You understand me? So if you know somebody that's incarcerated and you supporting them, tap in on them weekends, man. You know, send them a JPay on Friday morning that'll carry them through the weekend if you ain't gonna go see them. You know what I mean? I know the weekend gonna be long. I just want to send you some love to carry you to Monday. I'm gonna holler at you Monday. It's free once you pay for me. You know, it's 50 cents, but it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's my rant, man. Them weekends is long, bro. I done did hundreds of weekends in that bad boy. You take 10 years and do them in weekends. You understand what I'm saying? Hundreds and hundreds of weekends. It's 500 and something weekends. You understand me? I done did it in prison. 500 something weekends. Easy. If I just wanted to surmise real quick, yes. You feel me? Long. All of them shits was long. All of them. I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember one that wasn't. Because I always wanted to be home on the weekends, man. I always wanted to be able to get some nook on the weekends when I was locked up. So stressful, you know? Anyway, I love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in again. Like I said, if y'all have not so, subscribe to my channel. I ain't gonna let y'all down. I'm always give y'all real, honest portrayals of what I've been through. I ain't gonna never boost. I ain't gonna never cap. None of that old wild stuff. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Like, you feel me? The channel. Like the actual content. Share it. Get in the content section. hit the notification bell, right? Remember I was just saying, I don't even remember when it was. I was telling you I had like 700 subscribers. Feel me? I'm at 900 and I need about 80 or something subscribers. You feel me? 70, so I don't know. But it's up in that range, 70 something, 80 something. Feel me? So tell your cousins and your aunties and all of them and your co-workers to holler at your boy. I love y'all. O_G_Kenny, every time for the streets TV, and I'm out.